Hello and welcome to our weekly anime podcast. That's what it's going to be. It's just going to be the anime podcast. The unnamed anime podcast. I'm hosting today. I have taken the reins from Ben. I feel happy about this. Sometimes. Ben, but you're still here. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I just wanted to step down for once. Take a break.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell people that. It was cooler my way. That I overthrew you. For power. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
I hope your throat can get a little rest.
That'll be good. Because I plan to do a little streaming after this, so.
Oh, phrasing.
And you just heard Mr. Nunez over there, Timothy Nunes. How are you?
Not too bad, Mr. Bagasaros. How are you?
What? Why? Why?
That was a very divisive blow.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, wow. That was really good.
We're also joined by the loser of the group, Chris Deviser.
Oh, I'm the loser. See where this goes today.
How are you, Chris?
I'm great. I'm actually very, very awesome today. Because of reasons.
Like sarcasm. That sounds like sarcasm.
No, not even your typical gloating and otherwise sarcastic attitude has been able to get me down today. I have been feeling fucking awesome.
Okay. I don't think I do any of those things, but all right. We're also joined.
I'm just the greatest. I don't do any of that.
You added the greatest part. I just said I don't do any of that. You're building me up on a pedestal, man. I'm not doing anything.
Oh my god.
We're also joined by a special guest this week. Ben's friend and host of his own podcast, Phoenix Down Radio, I believe, right? Mr. Klauss?
What have I gotten myself into?
You don't know what's going to happen, man.
No, I don't. But also, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
It's great to have you. And we'll see how this goes with the three of them, or the two of them, I should say. They're kind of, iffy. Chris and Tim. We'll see.
Excuse me? Oh, hell
Chris, I think
no.
what I think you meant to say is excuse you.
True. But let's start. My Hero Academia, Episode 3.
1 second, can I talk about Boruto quickly with Klauss? Because he hasn't caught up with My Hero yet, so...
I'm up to 14 now.
Oh, wow.
So I'm catching up.
You're catching up. Did you see this week's Boruto, by the way?
I did. I've been keeping up with it almost on a weekly basis, but I am caught up to, I think they're on 54 now.
I think it was 54, where it was Sasuke in that.
Yes, he went to the Hidden Leaf and told Naruto all about what's going on with the with Kaguya's clan.
Correct.
Wow, it's kind of weird that they're bringing that back into this so early.
See, that's why I find it weird that because this is exactly the same as the movie that they did, Boruto the Last Movie, which was like, a good 2 or 3 years ago now, I think. And it feels weird that they're doing it now. Because I'm sure he's shown off the Rasengan beforehand. Or I'm just going crazy. His weird little wind attack that he's done before.
I think you're going crazy, Chille.
I'm sure I've seen him use it. He uses it when he gets, when he does that wind style, when he gets thrown by other people.
Oh, when the kind of launch?
Yeah.
It might be a modified version of a wind type jutsu, but I don't think it was really a Rasengan, so to speak, because you saw what kind of trouble he was having actually trying to control that. I mean, though he did learn it a lot faster than his dad.
Yeah, then he cheated.
Yeah, let's not get into that. That it's going to be an interesting plot point to see where the whole scientific jutsu thing comes in.
Yeah.
All those ninja tools that they're developing with technology.
Which is pretty cool in my opinion, giving people who can't use ninjutsus a chance to use them.
Yeah, but I see that it's going to become very disastrous if he tries to bring that into the Chunin exams that are coming up.
Yeah, it'll feel like a bit unfair.
It's basically going to be a cheat.
Yeah. It's like, don't know if you ever saw the filler OVA where Naruto re-entered the exams.
Oh, I must have missed that one. I thought I'd cut most of the Naruto stuff.
He re-entered the Chunin exams and he fought against the third grandson, Konomaru. And he was told that he wasn't allowed to use Sage Jutsu, but he was too busy talking and to not actually listen. So he uses it during the fight and he fails the test again.
Well, it is one of those animes where they're really trying to emphasize life lessons as well. So I have a feeling it's going to end up being something like that, where they're going to, try and say, hey, you if you try and take the easy way out, it's not going to be the cool thing. But we'll see. It is still entertaining. I'm enjoying the dynamic that we're seeing with the next generation of shinobi from the Hidden Leaf. And it's proven to be quite interesting. Though I have to say, I hate Naruto's Hokage cloak.
Oh, yeah, it looks horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Worst one of all.
I've got to say that Mitsuki is my favourite character.
Yeah, I'm enjoying learning more about their backstory. The fact that they are, basically, it's basically a creation of Orochimaru.
Pretty much.
And see where it actually came from and all that.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of foreshadowing. I'm really excited to see where this particular season is going to lead.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah. Anyway,
okay, I hope we didn't bore you guys enough. So.
No boring. This is what the show's about. Anime. So you are not caught up with My Hero Academia then?
I'm not, but you know what? I think I'm going to get caught up pretty fast, so I won't mind hearing some spoilers.
I would say jump out for a couple of minutes and I'll say in the Skype chat if need be.
You'll message me? All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll probably be caught up by the end of the night, so I've been binging it. So I'm really enjoying the series, so I will talk to you guys in a moment.
Okay.
Alrighty. What about Chris and Tim?
Again, this is something that I can get caught up with really quickly. I have not watched episode 4. Is it now?
3.
Yeah.
3? I have not watched 3 yet. But again, it's really not a big deal for me. Like
Timothy?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't watched it. In fact, the reason I haven't watched anything else apart from my suggestion is that I forgot that I didn't watch my suggestion until late last night. So I woke up early this morning and binged the shit out of it because of God of War. So thanks, God of War.
Don't worry, I've been watching your suggestion today, some of it today, and I still don't know what I've watched. I've watched like all of it, and I still don't know what the hell happened.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Alright, then I guess we'll talk a little bit about it then. Episode 3, I thought was a very good episode.
Yeah.
We saw them learning to hone their abilities in this episode, so they're training with their abilities now as a group. We also saw the special group from the League of Villains find out where they're training, and they're setting up traps and stuff to begin this big assault on the trainees. What did you think of this episode, Ben? Did you like this episode? I thought this was a very good episode.
I really liked it. I liked it gave a lot of character development, especially to the crotch puncher. So,
and the crotch puncher, yes. And the thing about him is, I was pretty much right about his backstory. His parents got killed, and he hates all heroes because nobody was able to save his parents.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where they go with him, if he has his own superpowers eventually or whatnot.
I think he's going to be. I don't think he will.
You don't think he will? You think he might become a villain instead?
Does he even have a quirk? I thought that was the whole.
I don't know. Maybe not yet.
Yeah.
Can develop weight, I guess. I don't know.
I think he'll end up being quirkless.
Some of the coolest moments in this episode, I thought, was Bakugo showing a different side of him. And there's a funny scene where he's like cutting carrots and lettuce and stuff, and he's doing it so perfectly. And I was like, "Wow, you're good at something other than burning." And he's like, "Of course I am. I'm better than all of you." And like, he says something along the lines of, "At least I can do something other than fight." It was really like he just attacked everybody else. At least I can do other things because they can't do anything else.
Well, yeah, they can't. They had to ask the guy with the fire to Dakaru or whatever it was, to set the things on fire so they could cook food.
Yeah. They're pretty much learning in this episode how to use their powers for other things other than fighting, essentially. A lot of development for a lot of the Western characters this time, which I thought was pretty cool. We saw some more characters that aren't, Class A as well. Introducing some new ones there. The best part is we got the kitties back. The kitty people. That was the
best and worst part.
And they are essentially the Ginyu Force of My Hero Academia. They even had their own little pose and everything. They have a male who dresses up like a cat, a female
big
cat.
Buff buff male that dresses up as a female cat.
And he's pretty cool. He's taken it upon himself to train Midoriya to use his powers, the Ultra style. I also found out that one of the kitties is voiced by the same girl who does Lucy Harfilia's voice, so she's my favorite instantly. Sounds just like her. But yeah, the villains are looking pretty cool from what I've seen of them so far. We got a pyromaniac, I believe. He was setting the forest on fire and stuff. Yeah. To me, overall, a very good episode.
That was a poison girl, I think.
Yeah.
It was really good. I will see. Next week's will be a big episode, I think, because of the fact of what's happened with this one. So I can't wait.
Yeah, they're essentially attacking right off the bat. Like, they're not building it up to anything. We're just going to see massive battles here, I'm assuming. All Might, not so much in this season so far, which I actually think is good because it allows Midoriya to kind of grow a little bit, but also All Might is the best character in the show, so he needs to be in there more.
I agree, he is awesome.
He is awesome. But yeah, good episode. I'm excited for the next one. I think they already changed the opening and the ending animations, haven't they? For the episode. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Are you sure? I swear it's different now. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping out.
How would you know, Garri? You never watch it.
Moving on. Don't want to listen to Chris's listening to the same song every 5 minutes. Alrighty, let's move on to our shows that we've recommended and watched. Is Klauss going to join us repeatedly then, so we can loop him in on this, or is it just the one?
I am sending a message.
Yes, bring him back.
Alrighty.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed your discussion. I can't wait to see the episode.
Oh, it was
very good episode.
It was decent. It was really good.
Thanks. I have really been enjoying it. Very silly, but a lot of fun. It's been a very popular series. I was at a convention a couple weeks ago, and there were a lot of cosplays from it. So it was like one of those shows that I really knew I needed to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. It is really one of the best new shows of this, I don't know what you want to call it, generation, like for the last couple of years. I mean, it's been unexpectedly good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of the normal gags you would expect from an anime of this type, but it's got a good message, and the characters are really fun to watch and see them grow. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it.
It has that almost that not you mentioned watching the characters grow. It's very Naruto-esque in that sense, because you basically did the same thing with him back in the original series. You're watching them kind of discover their powers and grow and learn what it means to be, heroes.
I can definitely see that, and understanding, what it actually means. It's not just, something that they look up to and they think is cool. There's actually something really serious behind it, and they're learning that firsthand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think that's really led to a lot of the charm in it. Plus, I mean, the characters are absolutely fucking adorable.
They are.
I mean, god damn it.
Yeah, I agree. Characters, they've done a really good job with a lot of the characters. My only knock for the show as a whole is I don't feel like they give enough time for the villains, or even have a consistent villain at this point. Yeah, we have the League of Villains, and we have the dude with the hand on his face.
Yeah, I guess we had that one constant villain. So.
But we don't know anything about him.
No.
We don't know anything about any of the villains at all. Like, even Stain, who's an awesome villain, was only in 2 episodes, and now he's, not there no more. I wish that they would build a good foundation for at least a villain, so we know a lot about them.
Well, what I'm seeing, a lot of the long-standing series that have, just tons of seasons, it seems like they all have a difficult time really establishing, a villainous presence towards the beginning in that first year, first few seasons. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Naruto had that as well. You really didn't get much of that. I mean, if you look at Bleach, that was a series that had the hollows, throughout a lot of it, but you really didn't get the main villain until much later on in the series.
Yeah, it was pretty much towards the end when you kind of really find out what he's doing and why he's doing it.
Yeah,
that was fucking 10 seasons or something like that.
So it's very possible that we may get something similar to that with My Hero Academia.
I can tell there's a lot already that is there for. Oh my god, I can't remember the hand dude either.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like, they don't talk about it, so you don't remember who they are.
But there's a lot there. There's a lot there already. Like you can. They do a good job of showing you that there is a lot there, and that there's a lot of story behind this guy. Like, why is he like this? Why does he hate All Might so much? Why does they allude to the hand that's on his face is his dad's hand. Like, there's already just so much there already that when they do explain it, I think it's going to be really profound. At least I hope. I've been let down before.
I think we can all expect that the show is going to take a very dark turn soon, probably in this season, when the villains finally start doing more than what they're doing. And it might even become a completely different show at that point. I don't know if it'll lose audiences. I don't think it will. But it's definitely going to be different than what we have now.
It worked for Hunter x Hunter, because the first time you go into Hunter x Hunter thinking that you're in for another happy-go-lucky, joyful, yay, it's anime! And then by the end of it, you're left like weeping into your hands going, oh my god, I'm a changed human being. Like, this is fucked.
Yeah. Tim, any thoughts on this? On the show overall?
I'm kind of on the same boat that you're in, where it starts to lose some of its initial potency that I had in it. The first episode actually got me a little emotional. I loved the interaction between All Might and oh my god,
Midoriya.
Deku.
Yeah, Deku. Thank you. Just everyone knows I'm awful with names because
dude, I've been fucking terrible lately too, so I can't say anything. I don't know what the hell's going on.
But just the raw sense that he wants to be better than he is, even though he knows he can. It's so emotionally driven. I loved it. I loved every little bit of it, and I loved how it inspired in All Might the sense to want to help him. I loved all of that. But with the way, and even though I've enjoyed the first 2 seasons, the first one more than the second one consistently, I feel like this show could lose momentum if, like you guys are talking about, it doesn't give it a sense of purpose. And they could do a whole thing like with Harry Potter where you have like this thing at the beginning, you get the taste of what's to come, but then between there and the cusp of it starting, you have just a bunch of episode one-off villains. That's not going to be enough soon. And they need to get something established. And even now, I just absolutely adored the first season. So when we were done binging the first one, I jumped right into the second one. And within the first 5 or 6 episodes, I was questioning continuing. And I'm really glad I continued because the second half of the second season was really well done. But it started to become a little samey in those first few episodes of the second season, and I was really worried about it. Like I said, it came around, but it's going to get into a routine. It's already in a routine, but it has enough flash in the pan to keep it going, but it needs something now to ride the wave, like create a wave to ride, in fact. Like, it needs something more, because it has the heart, it has all of it, but it needs a substance to go against. That it just needs some more.
Yeah, that tournament at the beginning of the second season, it had some moments, but it was definitely something you had to power through to get to the. It was more of like a personality building thing that you kind of watch to understand, but not necessarily be entertained by. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Totally understand. But yeah,
I actually like the tournament thing, and I do in a way enjoy what they're doing by building up to whatever the big thing is going to happen with the villains. But I also think this is a fantastic work from the creators to get you invested in all the characters, even the minor ones, and then force you to feel that emotion of losing them. Because I think some of the characters are going to die. And that's going to
written by George R.R. Martin again? Wow.
No, I do. That's why I think, like I said, when I said this show is going to take a very dark turn, I think we all know All Might's going to die.
He has to. I've been saying this since pretty much the first episode. Like, he has to. He has to be one of those characters that meets his end, because they're already alluding to basically his flame is going out and he's passing the torch to Deku, to Midoriya. And I think in order for the real story to begin, for the real development to happen, All Might has to die. Like, I think that's a necessity for good writing at this point, for really good development on everybody's part. Like, because that's the entire point that pushes it forward. Like, the symbol of peace and hope is dead, then the villains are going to rally. And what better stage to set for Deku to become the world's greatest hero than overcoming this new cataclysm that's going to happen. That's just been my opinion on it. I think that's what is. I agree with you, Garri. I think that's what is going to end up happening.
Yeah, I think his death is a guarantee. The other characters, I think some of them will die. I do. But I can also see this fantastic battle of, the guy who they're hunting. I don't remember, what is he? All
for One, right?
All for One, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who's behind the villains. I can easily see, like, the final battle is him against Midoriya and Bakugo. The two of them have to do. It's essentially Goku and Vegeta teaming up against Jiren. I think that's what we're gonna see.
You mean Frieza?
God damn it. No, but I can see Bakugo being that character, like a Vegeta character, where he thinks he's the greatest, he should be the greatest, but yeah, there's somebody always on top of that he has to conquer, and he's that type of character from what I see. He has all the skills, and he has obviously the better fighting potential than Midoriya, but Midoriya has the power that Bakugo doesn't have.
Or he's like the Sasuke to Deku's Naruto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sasuke?
He's wearing the plot armor.
Yeah, so
I
see
armor per character per show.
I see the show getting very emotional, and I think it's a great way to develop the show, where you build up these characters, you make them lovable, and you invest in them, and then you take them away. It's gonna hurt a lot of people. I see it happening.
Thanks, George R.R. Martin. You perfected the formula.
Winter is coming.
And so have I.
The memes are coming.
Now, before we move on, I'd like to extrapolate on the All Might theory that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I would argue that it'd be weak writing to have All Might just die. I would say, because when you look at somebody that's so symbolic, he would, in his death, in knowing him as simply All Might, he would just die and become a martyr and inspire. What greater motivation would it be for villains if his condition, one, and his limitation, like the limitation of his condition, were to be publicized the moment that he loses all of his powers? He doesn't die, he's completely useless. And then he has to watch everything go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That
I
just
think that
wear
would be...
All Might mask and pretend to be him. Nobody will know.
I'd watch that. Yeah, you're right, Tim, and I think that is what's going to... But prior to the death that I'm sure is coming, I think that's what will end up happening. That's what they'll try to do. Because remember, their goal isn't just to kill All Might, it's to remove the symbol of peace, to show that this world isn't perfect and magical and everything's just fucking hunky-dory. Like...
Yeah.
It's
what
the
better way
typical
than
thing
to
of,
take
I'm
power?
going to kill you all. I'm going to take over the world by killing you all.
It's the attitude, the Huns didn't just kill their enemies, they conquered them.
Yeah.
And that's
I thought you said Huns.
I thought you said Han. I was thinking Han
could've
Solo
swore
for
you
a
said-
second there.
I could have sworn you said Huns. Like, hung. Yeah.
Oh, the Hungs? Yeah, well, I'm sure they were.
I swear you said hunks, dude. That's all I heard.
I thought you said Han. I was thinking, what the hell has this got to do with Star Wars? I mean, it's still probably have more canon than the new Star Wars Solo movie that's coming out, but still.
Bird. I think, yeah. Anyways, I think we should probably move on at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to our animes of suggestion to watch. I don't know what to call it. Ben, let's start with you.
Okay, I want to talk about my
Fooey
one.
Cooey.
That was it. Or FLC. LC. What even was it? I don't even know. What? I liked. It's weird. The animation was really good in places, but at the same time, it was really bad. Like, there was a couple of scenes where the guy completely just lost his face.
Yep.
Was that what?
That's the most enchanting and endearing part of the series.
I personally love when he was pooped out. That was my favorite moment.
It's just he has horns. Something comes out of his head. The person smacks it with some kind of guitar, and then stuff happens. What?
Yep. That's exactly it.
Okay. Thank God, at least I got the plot.
You got the episode.
Okay.
Well,
That's not just any guitar either.
Yeah,
Ben,
but still. It's just, yeah. I think so far, my favourite one was where she holds him and he hits what looks like a giant baseball back into the sky. Because reasons.
Yeah.
I like that episode. That was good. I also like the episode where he didn't like hot sauce because that made me cry, because then I looked at my hot sauce thinking, that poor guy.
But those eyebrows.
Those eyebrows.
Those
were some massive eyebrows.
They're made out of seaweed.
Yep,
Seaweed
Nori
eyebrows.
eyebrow. Yeah.
Those eyebrows were massive. I wasn't sure if it was a person connected to the eyebrows or if the eyebrows were just a person.
They were their own personification, honestly.
So yeah, I wasn't sure what I watched, and I watched it, and I still don't know what it was.
That's
So
what
perfect.
everybody feels about that anime when they watch it the first time.
Now you need to watch it about
hell
4
did
or
I
5
just
more
watch?
times, and then you'll start to really understand some of the nuances behind it, and just enjoy it for what it is.
Okay.
I really can't wait for the new stuff to come out.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is he can't eat his curry, he grows stuff out of his head, and then he confused with a robot.
Yep.
Just realize that the entire thing is an allegory for going through puberty, and it all makes so much more sense.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
On top of,
except for the robots. I don't remember that part of my puberty. Maybe mine was just boring.
Yeah, I missed that too.
you guys just had boring puberty. I don't know where you guys have been.
Yeah, mine was like, you might be better suited to watching Big Mouth then if you want a more on the nose.
That's just so good.
So yeah, I will give it, I don't know, 4 bananas out of 10 oranges.
4 bananas? Oh man.
That's actually a very apt rating scale for that anime. I can't argue that.
Nice.
Alrighty. Let's move on then to Christopher.
Yo, Taboo Tattoo. I gotta say, I was very pleasantly surprised by it. Basically, it hit damn near every trope I can think of on the head squarely, but it was oddly enough so self-aware that it was doing this that I didn't have. I mean, I like tropes. Instead of being mad that an anime is using tropes at this point that have been used millions of times, I actually prefer to be like, okay, so this is what they're doing. Let's see if they do it well. And I think Taboo Tattoo really did that well. You had, standard high school kid gets pulled into crazy happenings through mysterious stranger giving him odd superpowers, and now all of a sudden he's fighting for his life, and it gets very violent, and things happen, and people die, and he needs to go through, growth in order to be a hero of justice. Like it's all we're watching it been done. I mean, fuck, we were just talking about My Hero Academia, but they do it in a very gorgeous animations. I was I was pleasantly surprised during the first little fight scene in the first episode, because I was like, oh, wow, this looks fucking cool, because it was like you could see everything that was going on
between her and him, or him and the big Russian guy.
Well, both actually. I mean, but it was initially first her Izzy and Justice.
Okay.
That it was really cool. And yeah, I was just impressed with it, and going forward, it became, like I said, it's very self-aware, and it even makes pop culture references to a lot of other things. Quite a bit more ecchi than I was expecting.
It got dark pretty fast.
It did. It got dark really fast, and it also got very pervy really fast, to the point where I was just like, what is happening? What? Just out of nowhere, like all of a sudden there's breast fondling from another girl. I'm just like, what am I watching again? Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this. Essentially, the source of superpowers in this one are called tattoos, and these stones, the person absorbs them, and if they're a proper match for it, they will gain superpowers from these tattoos, and the tattoos have things that activate them, called triggers. And so, main character, standard martial artist character, high school boy gets this power, and then goes through the hell of discovering how to use it, and deciding what he really wants to do with his, now that he's thrown into this world, and finds out he's not that strong, but of course he has, like, the most powerful one. Very, like high school DD or fucking My Hero Academia. It's, like I said, it's very tropey. You can pretty much name every trope, and it hits it on the head. But it's so self-aware of it that it's doing this, that it goes all out on it, and makes references to itself that are absolutely fucking hilarious, or just perfectly done. And then it makes other references, like to even like the Black Hawk Down, like the U.S. Army's involved, and a helicopter gets knocked down. He's Black Hawk Down, like as going down. I was just like, oh my god, are they really doing this? And but the animation is fucking gorgeous. Like, I've just kudos to TV Tokyo. I think TV Tokyo did it, or just I can't remember the Funico, whatever. Yeah, it was. I was very pleased with it. I'm really hoping for the second season, because I think it is a good anime. If it keeps up that momentum of just like kind of being self-aware.
Yeah, like I said, the thing that bothered me the most is like the final fight was very hard to see what was going on.
They went away from that really easy to see and follow stuff towards the later episodes.
And they reused a lot of the animations in that fight, which was really annoying. But no, I agree with you on pretty much everything you said. It gets dark, and then he has this random ass shot of goofiness, and then he gets super dark again. It's like, what the hell is going on? But
very
the
deep
fight scenes.
Too. It was very it was very, very deep, surprisingly philosophically, because it deals a lot with the whole what it means to be human, how we're imperfect creatures. What would you do if you had the power? What is your definition of justice? Is it imposing your will on other people's? Is it just being a good person? Surprisingly very deep philosophical comments and things that while you're watching it, aside from all the craziness happening, you're really able to think about what your ideas of justice are and what your ideas of what it means to be human are. That was another thing that was really surprising, how in depth it was. A lot of different layers as these kind of two forces clash together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope it gets second season. I do wish that they'd spend a little more time building up some of the other characters they introduced.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced the character in the second to last episode who's a fucking badass. Who the dude with the white shirt who wants to get home and marry his cosplayer wife. Yeah, he's just some random new character who's a super badass. I'm like, where the hell has this guy been this whole time? He's got the coolest power. He just erases everybody's attacks. They can't fucking touch him. I was like, damn, this guy is cool. Where the hell was he the entire show?
And they show him in the intro the entire time.
Yeah.
And
when he appears in the last two episodes.
Yeah, you're waiting to see some of these other characters. You're just who?
Yeah, and some of the villains too. Same thing there. But yeah, very, very fun show, I thought.
Same here. It was a good recommendation. I like stuff like that, so
nice.
It worked out.
Alrighty, Timothy. It's on you, buddy. I don't remember what you had though.
I had Persona 4.
Yes, Persona 4. The animation.
Yes, the golden animation. I had an interesting time with Persona 4, and I'm not just saying that for the game, I'm saying that for the anime. Because when watching the anime, it reminded me of what I loved about the game, and it showed me what I wish the game had. At the same time, there were plenty of times where I wished that the anime had aspects of the game that it was missing, because it was clearly trying to follow the daily formatting and jumping from day to day all the time. And I don't know if it was so much a bad thing, but it just seemed very try hard. I mean, it worked because they always set a time and place and whatever, but it seemed a little try hard, trying to do too much. And they did a lot of it early, and it kind of settled down later on. But yeah, it tried to do the formatting that the game had, and I feel like it was too much of a clean copy of what the game was doing. It should have tried to do something a little bit more intriguing, because you have the first episode and then a couple episodes where you have these bombastic fight scenes, and they're really well animated throughout. Actually, for the record, the whole thing is really well animated. But you have these great bombastic fight scenes and this massive scale and things going on, and going all over the place. And the first episode reminded me of the first Digimon movie, and I was just automatically hooked. But the next sequential 6 episodes or so were just basically filler episodes, the kind of things you'd find in the game, where you'd spend maybe 15 minutes going to the mall or hanging out with somebody, building bonds in game. And the show tried to emulate that without giving a visual representation of the bonds, and it didn't work as well. So when it finally got to the end, no spoilers, but when it finally got to the end, I went, okay, I get it, but it wouldn't be a good standalone thing. And it's clear that this is meant only for fans. And on that note, there were a lot of things that it got. As I went along in the anime, I got a little dissociated because I didn't finish Persona 4. And it's under the same reason that I was getting a little winded with the anime. It was just a lot of the same here, same here, same here. And yeah, I think it was also what killed Persona 5 for me. But I mean, all in all, it was a good experience. And it's only 2 episodes, so it's not, a slog or by any means. But yeah, it needs a little bit more, something a little bit more genuine to the form as opposed to just catering, But even as a catering, it did a really good job. I just wish it didn't have so much filler in it. A little bit more substance to the filler stuff. Yeah.
You still there, Tim? Okay, I thought we lost you for a second.
What?
You broke up, so I thought we lost you.
Huh?
Yeah, your microphone pooed out a little bit.
It wasn't
Oh,
too
shit.
bad,
It was only in the last sentence or so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All in all, it was okay. It's a fan service mostly, not like anime fan service, just like a Persona 4 fan service. But still pretty good. It was a good watch. It's something I've wanted to watch, and I appreciate that you gave me the suggestion, Ben. I'm glad I watched it.
See, everyone's liking my suggestions.
Alrighty, well, I guess
So,
it's my turn.
Garri, yeah, what did you think?
I watched Monster Musume Everyday Life with Monster Girls.
Here it comes. Here it
Yay!
comes. Oh my god.
All right. Now I'm on this podcast. I have things to say about this.
Oh, so Neil's watched it too. Neil has joined us.
I was thinking Persona was my jumping point, and I was thinking, I heard this. I don't know why I watched this. So it's yeah.
You finished it then. I couldn't finish it, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same. This is the thing.
It was too much of
that.
Yeah.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Because I kind of want to watch it now.
Yes,
Yes, it is, and you should watch it.
Like every camera shot in that show is either crotch or boobs in one angle or another. And it's I don't even know how to talk about it.
It's almost like a parody of every trope going in that sort of area, because it's just excessive. It's just like, I mean,
it sounds like Ben's jam.
I was gonna say, wait, this sounds amazing.
Maybe you'll enjoy it, Ben.
Also,
if you find jelly sexual, you'll be top.
Also, you're saying that it's got crotch and boob shots all the time. No wonder Garri finished so fast.
Oh my god!
He got bored of it halfway through. Just like,
it's not that I got bored of it. I didn't get bored of it. I just couldn't do it anymore. It's like every episode was the same episode, but with a different girl. And
stamina issues.
There were God damn it.
16 pumps.
Have you tried using a Titanstone to refill your stamina?
I feel like you did this on purpose, Chris.
How long have I been talking about how awesome that anime is? Like how much fun
wanted me
it
to
is.
watch it for a long time. Yes.
Yes, I have.
It gets to the point where there's one episode where this dude with the camera trying to film a movie and is essentially turned into a porno at that point.
Yeah.
Are you sure he wasn't just watching a porno?
Yes,
No.
because he's a freak. That's the entire. Because he's a freak pervert saying he's doing it for documentative reasons, and then like I'm gonna say, hey, can I see your panties? Can I see your room? Like that's the whole point. Like he's a pervert and he gets found out about it because the main character has more depth. He's willing to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and be a genuine nice guy, but you show that you're a fucking asshole or you're a pervert, then he's gonna kick your ass. And he's not a one-dimensional like more on character, like you see in fucking Rosario Vampire or High School DD or fucking Monogatari. He's the first, like in my opinion, he's the first main character, the main guy of this harem that it actually has some fucking common sense and some brains. Like I don't see anything fucking like he's not oblivious to how the girls feel about him. He's not oblivious to his situation. He's like, look, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, even by anime standards, you couldn't be oblivious to how strongly they come on. Short of his head disappearing up their vagina, it couldn't get any closer to giving a hint. You know? It's just, if amorphous blobs have vaginas.
Yes, they do.
even like the Harpy girl, who they're making me feel really dirty about. Because she looks like an 8-year-old, but apparently she's like 30 years old.
Not even just look like, act like. It's just
yeah. And they're shoving this weird vibe on me that I don't want. I just felt dirty every time. I'm like, I don't want to. I feel like I'm going to go to prison at any moment.
Oh my god!
Which is mad because you're not even the same species. But I get you.
But they try to rub it off. It's like, oh, she may look young, but she isn't.
But in bird, rub it off.
Okay.
No wonder you're having trouble.
So it's okay because she's not really that young. I'm sorry, Chris. I did get halfway and I just couldn't do it anymore.
I am honestly, as much as you like stupid, silly, perverse humor like I do. Maybe not as much as I do. But as much as I know you like that kind of stuff, I am honestly surprised. Like I wasn't like, hey, go get turned on by this new Monster Girl fetish fuel show. Like, it was just like, dude, check this out. Like, I know you liked Rosario Vampire. I know you liked Tenchi Muyo. Like, here's an anime that has genuinely hilarious situations, hilarious characters, and despite the overwhelming amount of fan service, which it's completely self-aware of, and it's unapologetic about it. It's just like, we know that it's boobs and it's weird and crazy, but here it is, and just try to enjoy it. Like, I genuinely thought that you would find it as funny as I did.
To be honest, at this rate, it sounds more like service.
Yeah.
No, it is, absolutely.
100% fan service.
It is. Okayato used to he's mangaka, and he used to draw hentai, and technically, I guess, still kind of does, because of the mangas that he produces out right now are all basically like, they're all these monster girl hentais, but they're all really just well written and hilarious. Like, it's basically the equivalent of like American Pie here in America. It's a raunchy comedy with boobs and absurd situations.
What you're saying is this is the anime equivalent of reading Playboy for the articles, right?
No,
but not really. You know.
No, I won't even say it's the equivalent of reading it for the articles. You are watching this for the boobs and the perversion and the funny comedy, and then the articles and the deep insights about the characters are the bonus, because it actually is a well-written ecchi comedy. And that's plainly what it is. Like, I don't know, maybe I guess it is over the top for some people, but as my well, I wouldn't say my shame, because I have no shame. So therefore something like that doesn't bother me as much. So I don't know. I'll just slink back to my Reddit hole with my fellow Onmusu lovers in our Monster Musume and just enjoy it there. I'm very sad. I'm disappointed that you didn't enjoy it, but you know, to each his own.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I get why maybe it's not for me. But I'm not, like, you know, big into anime in the same way everyone else is. But yeah, it's just.
Klauss, help me out here. Come on, I can't be the only one that's. Come on, somebody.
I understand why you would enjoy it. I actually personally haven't seen it, but I'm probably going to go check it out.
See, so you've got people watching it. I mean,
yes.
And we know Ben's going to check it out.
I'm going to check it out.
Of all the girls, my favorite one was the slime chick, because A, she didn't talk, and she
wasn't.
God damn it,
Garri, you know how we were talking about your misogyny the other night? That's just not even like, you don't even have to try.
Oh my god.
No, she's the only one that they didn't force to have her try to be with him. She was just her own independent character, essentially.
And she was the most pervy one of them all. She was always like,
that's because she's see-through.
No, how
you
was like,
you talk about him going into her vagina. That she's the only one that can do it. So, like head first, he was in there.
Well, so I will say this: I am very glad that you liked Sue because she is like one of the best. She's a great character.
She's the most useful one with her powers too.
She's awesome. I love Sue. She's not my waifu, but I fucking love Sue. She is great.
The spider chick is your waifu, I know.
Actually, it's Mia. I got it. My love for Mia knows no bounds. I love Rachni-san though. I fucking love Rachni-san. Of course, I love Centauria too.
Oh so that one episode was like, if you wrote her, that means you pretty much raped her. I was like, what? What is happening? She's a centaur. What? You ride a horse, don't you?
You've seen Harry Potter. You know the standard centaurs have.
Oh my god! They have to give you permission.
Yes,
it's not rape; it's permission.
Is that not the very definition of rape?
I mean, the question is, do you have to feed her a sugar cube first?
Oh,
is that consent?
Well, Sarah is a vegan, so you have to give her a carrot first. But,
sure.
Wait, why would a vegan be able to eat a sugar cube?
I'm not saying she wouldn't. I'm just saying that oh my god.
Terrible. Alrighty.
I'm sorry. That's the sort of continuity we're pointing out.
I got halfway and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, yeah. Go finish it sometime. You'll like the ending of the first season. It's good. You haven't even gotten to Lala yet. The Dullahan. She's adorable.
Does she look like she's 2?
No, what are you talking about?
And is surprisingly like 80?
Oh my god. If anybody...
Don't worry about this, the nappy on me. I'm honestly 45.
Fucking Christ. You like small boobs. How could you not like Pappy?
Oh my god.
You're always giving me...
maybe because for 5 minutes they try to tell me how to pronounce her name. Pappy? My god, I almost broke my laptop.
How could you not? You like small boobs and dumb girls, Garri. How could you not like Pappy? She should be your absolute favorite.
Both of those things that you just said were wrong.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Well, can't you talk? Maybe that's the problem, Garri.
Yeah, she. It's okay, Garri. Sue learns to talk later on. Like by episode 10, I think she knows how to talk.
Oh,
she learned from somebody else. Oh my god. I can't let Garri. So apparently Garri can't watch anything where the female characters are like intelligent because he just hates them. He wants them to just shut up. He wants them to just shut up, get him off, and make him a sandwich. I know. I see how it is.
Oh boy.
I was happy that you liked Sue, Garri, and now I'm not so happy anymore. I just.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Before we anger everyone.
Go watch Monster Musume. It's an excellent, excellent series. You will not be sorry.
Alrighty. Who's suggesting what to who this time?
I think it's Garri and Ben and me and Tim this round.
Sweet. You can go ahead. Start, Chris. Suggest some weird-ass shit to Tim.
Tim, I like you.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
If you're feeling up to it, you could totally suggest Bayonetta to me, which is fine.
Oh my god, no! You can't make suggestions like that.
No,
I haven't seen the anime though.
You know what? I have the anime for Garri.
So I have one for Tim, and I'm actually, because I knew it was going to be Tim this week, one that I would like him to watch. It is, you have Netflix, right, Tim?
I do.
Okay, it's on Netflix. I hope you haven't seen it. It might be one that you've seen already. It's called Mushishi.
No.
Okay, go watch Mushishi. And let me prep. The reason that I think you will like this is there's no action in this series. It is not an action anime.
Only boring.
That's up to you, because I know you're a bit more enlightened than Garri, so I think you'll be able to appreciate it a little bit more. As far as subtle.
No, I've had some pretty good conversations with Garri. He just
I
chooses
know.
to show it.
I have too. I love Garri. He's my guy soulmate thing.
I get animal porn and he gets drama.
But yeah, it is watch it as if you're sitting down to hear a tale of Japanese folklore about spirits and the things that cause us, either bad luck or to have a rainy day, or so you're being told a tale about ancient Japanese folklore and where some of these come from. Okay. Through the eyes of this basically wandering, I don't know if you want to call him a medicine. He's called a mushi, or mushishi. Sorry, he is called a mushishi, and he deals with mushi, which are basically the little spirits and fairies that live beyond the boundaries of what we can see and hear and kind of feel, but they interact with us and cause all these things. I really think you'll enjoy it. It's a light series. It does get kind of dark on it, but like I said, it's a drama, so just sit back and enjoy being told the tale, and I think you'll really enjoy it.
Okay. Mushishi, I'm guessing that's spelled Mushishi?
Mushi-shi. Mushi-shi.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of episodes of that. It's quite nice.
It is.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, I'm sorry. What I meant to say is it doesn't feature gelatinous porn ladies.
Spoiler alert!
Or does it?
Well, so you're telling me in Japanese history they had gelatinous people? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So then I suppose it's my turn for Chris. Okay, Chris, I need to know what you have access to in terms of anime services.
Everything. Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, and Funimation. I am taking it from all angles.
That's what she said.
I'm not surprised at all.
That explains a lot.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I have one for you. I know for a fact it's on Funimation because I've been spending the last 20 minutes looking for something for you. And, oh my god, where is it? I want to make sure. I want to see if they have the dub or the sub.
I'll watch either. I love subs.
Well, I'm going to recommend the dub for this one because this is what I've seen. And this is an old anime. It's one of the first animes that I fell in love with after my initial exposure of Dragon Ball Z. And it is called Noir. I don't know if you've seen it.
Noir? No, I have not.
It is called Noir. And it is wonderful. It is a slower espionage-y kind of anime. It has some tropes in it, but anime. But it's focused around these two female assassins. And there's just a wonderful piano score that accompanies everything. And, oh, god damn it. Yeah, anyway. Noir is my recommendation for you.
That's Noir? Like,
yep.
Noir? Okay, cool. I will check that out. That sounds intriguing to me.
Awesome.
It's a long anime, dude.
Also, Neil, I think you'd enjoy that one quite well.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got it here, but what was it on?
Netflix, I think.
Netflix.
No, it's on Funimation for sure.
We don't have Funimation.
Yeah.
But I know Neil is resourceful.
That explains a lot.
He's very good with his hands.
Oh man!
That is categorically untrue.
Alrighty, Ben. What you got for me?
Okay, I feel like being a complete ass. So
God damn! Don't do this to me. Not after Chris.
I'm going to say you do not have to watch all of this, by the way, because it is 50 episodes.
Is it the Boss Baby?
No, this is a very nice show, but you don't have to watch all of it, Garri. Like 10, maybe. I'm going to go with the Naruto spin-off, Naruto Rock Lee and his ninja pals. In which you follow
Naruto
the story.
SD?
Yeah.
Oh my. It is amazing.
Yeah, it is really good. So I would I would say Naruto Rock Lee and his ninja powers.
Wait, where the hell can I find it? Okay, hold on. Rock Lee and his ninja pals, that's what it's called?
Well, it's called Naruto spin-off Rock Lee and his ninja pals. Yeah.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's a comedy action.
No, it is not. Alrighty. Alrighty, Ben. Let's see. I want you, Ben.
Okay. That anime sounds interesting.
I want you to watch Heaven's Lost Property.
Yes.
God damn it. When Chris says it, never mind.
No, it's a good anime.
That is an amazing anime.
Let's see if
Yes,
it's on.
it is. Anime is absolutely hilarious.
I'll have to find it, but I will find it.
It was on Netflix.
Oh,
I don't think they have it anymore.
I'm sure I'll find a way.
Looks like Crunchyroll has it.
What's it called again? Did it pop up for me?
Heaven's Lost Property.
If I put Heaven, it just pops up with... Yeah. Anyway, I'll find it before next week.
Yeah, I think it might be under the... I think it might be under, like, the actual Japanese name for it. I can't think of it right now.
Right, so thank you, Garri. That sounds interesting.
No, it's there. You just have to log in because you have to be 18 or older to watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not 18.
So, Ben, you need an adult.
I am an adult. Wait, I'm not. Guess.
I am an adult. Wait. That's fantastic. What about Klauss? Do we suggest anything to you?
I don't care. Go ahead.
Let Neil suggest.
Let me suggest.
Oh, now I'm scared.
Now it's all of three.
Oh man, I know. Cool. What would I?
Just scroll down Crunchyroll. That's what I do. I mean,
Say Dragon Ball Z. Say Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, I'm just going to be flippant if I'm not careful. So.
I mean, I could suggest something.
I can find something. I think
we do like a consensus thing. Like we all we take like a minute to look for something, and then we all throw it out there and see which one we like best.
I'll tell you what. Maybe you guys should suggest something for me and Klauss to watch, and then I can bring back my findings next time.
I know what I want to suggest for Neil. I want to suggest Mob Psycho.
Yep, me too.
Is that on Crunchyroll?
Yes, on Crunchyroll.
If you can watch the dub, I recommend it. That's fantastic.
Weird. Shows up on Netflix, but you can't actually watch it. That's interesting. Okay, Mob Psycho 100?
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Yes.
Number 100, not written out.
Okay.
Wait,
so,
yeah.
it's the way Netflix had it written, but like I said, it's not actually there, despite being there.
Sad.
What a tease. What a tease. You are on Netflix.
But you're familiar with it, yeah?
Nope.
It's written and created by the same guy, who did One Punch Man.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so I can deal.
I've been really hoping someone suggests it to me because I've wanted to watch it.
Well, what's stopping you?
Wink, wink,
I
nudge,
don't know.
nudge.
I should still.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Can I throw out a suggestion then?
Yeah.
For you guys to watch? I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but it's one that just came on to Netflix. Children of the Whales.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Cool. Yeah.
It is in my list, as a matter of fact.
It is very good. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really hoping to see another season of it come out. It's just 12 episodes right now, but the story behind it, and what makes the people on the Mud Whale, the ship that's sailing around, so different is going to be a very touching story, actually. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but like I said, I really, really did enjoy it. I probably binged it in about 3 days.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Got that down.
And if you like silly things, there's another one that I'm in the middle of. It's called The Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
That is also in my list. It looked very interesting to me. That looks really funny, actually.
It's definitely, it's a lot of one-off episodes, and has little gags in with each episode, but it is hilarious. Basically, it's a story of what a kid who had like omnipotent psychic powers has to deal with, as a high schooler.
That is.
But why would I watch an anime about my life?
You're not a high schooler, for one. And I know you're not psychic.
But he can summon Cthulhu.
Yeah, he's psychic, dude.
No, he's psycho. It's slightly different.
We know he's got superpowers because he eats nothing but Carolina Reaper pepper sauce now.
Oh yeah, he has
superpower.
His power is iron stomach.
Yeah.
But his kryptonite is anything with nuts.
Yeah. It's why I could never run for cutlery.
Nuts?
Oh.
I'll tell you the story, right? When my mum was still around, she said the reason why I'm allergic to nuts is because I was born already nuts enough as it is.
I love it.
She's right. She's not wrong.
Oh my god. I love it. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Alrighty. Well, that's that. We finished. It's over.
I gotta say, guys, I love this because one thing I've been wanting to do for the last couple of years even is really get back into anime, because I know there's a little bit of a renaissance going on with the quality of anime right now, and I just really wanted to get into it, and this is a fantastic excuse to do it, so I'm glad to be a part of this.
I love the internet. Until the internet, anime didn't really exist in England. Hell, look at the fact that we didn't get Dragon Ball until like the 2000s.
Holy hell.
We got Dragon Ball after we got Dragon Ball GT.
After Pokemon.
Yeah, after.
Oh my god, so you got GT before the good stuff?
Yeah.
At least your bar was set really low.
I mean, we got Dragon Ball Z. It went Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball.
Before that, to be fair, Channel 4 did have Fist of the North Star. So we weren't totally without.
No.
That's a mess.
Yeah, that was an interesting introduction because it used to be on at like 2 in the morning every night.
I was not awake then. I was a young'un.
Then, now you are all the time.
I gotta make sure I'm awake in case it starts. I haven't slept since.
You're already asleep.
This is actually, there's some truth to that, because I don't think Garri has slept in the last couple of years.
It would explain the grumpiness.
Yeah.
Why am I being dragged into this conversation for nothing?
I don't know.
I didn't do it.
Funsies?
Wait until next week where it's you again for me, Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with Chris again. Yeah.
Tim, you're going to get it.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the worst anime you can possibly watch.
Really? Are you gonna suggest
I didn't know
Naruto?
Hayes had an anime.
I didn't know Hayes had an anime. So knowing your opinion, I feel like you could totally go ahead and suggest to me Bayonetta's movie, and that would still fall in line with your opinions.
No, I'm gonna find something terrible. What's terrible? What terrible?
Anyway, I think we should wrap it up this week.
Yes, I think so. It's
yes.
But seriously,
thanks for joining me.
Thank you for joining us, Klauss.
Well, thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun with this.
Oh, sweet. I hope you make it next week, maybe, or a future episode.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested in that if you guys are willing to have me.
For
sure.
By the way,
Yeah.
I want to say this about... we just did Unchained, and we did a poll on which one is more overrated, Metal Gear Solid 5 or Bioshock. And in half an hour, we've already got 71 votes.
The magic of using the PlayStation Universe Twitter account to retweet it.
Chris, did you really go make 70 different Twitter accounts?
I'll be honest, I voted for the wrong game. I wasn't paying attention. I just thought, that button. Wasn't until
Is there a both option?
Yeah, not voting. Not voting will do that. That's fine.
Yeah. But seriously, I wanted to say that because that's quite insane because we don't normally get that many responses straight away. So, yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, thank you, Klauss, for being on.
Sounds like you guys hit a nerve.
Someone said PS5 isn't rated that highly. And it's like, well, if you look at its Metacritic score, then yes, it is.
Yes, that's the entire point of the tournament of the overrated.
But of course, we are giving that out of context. So.
Yeah, but I just wanted to bring this up quickly about the Twitter poll because that impressed me. I had to say something.
Apparently, as you said, Neil, it's a surprisingly hot topic that we've stumbled upon.
Who knew? Who knew? Maybe we should do that for each episode on that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anyway, we'll go back to that next week when we actually talk about the games.
Sure.
For now, thank you for Klauss for being on. I want to do some shout-outs quickly. Shout out to Klauss at Phoenix Down Radio. Go check it out, phoenixdownradio.com.
That's me.
A shout-out to Evolved Mail, aka Girlfriend's Favourite Stream at twitch.tv/Evolved Mail. A shout-out to Alfonso. I might as well shout out to Alistair for responding to us. Shout out to everyone who listens to this podcast. Give it a comment, rate, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell and so forth. Thank you to everyone that puts up with me every week. So thanks for having me on, Garri, Chris, Neil, and Klauss, and Tim.
Love
having you on. You're the one running the show, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just walked in. Much like on Unchained, I just walked in one day. That's it.
That's how I got on PlayStation Universe. Andrew wrote, "Can I join?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
That's how you got on Phoenix Down Radio.
Yeah, it's how I get everywhere.
He just kind of sticks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's pretty much the Michael Cera of podcasters. He just kind of wanders onto set one day and just, I guess I'm part of this now. Hey.
Oh my god.
I can do the thing.
I can say words some days. They might not all be in the sentence, and it might be jumbled up in like different types of words, but there'll be words.
Don't disparage the national treasure that is Michael Cera.
I'll have to Google who
I thought you were going to say,
by the
don't
way.
disparage the national treasure that is Chille.
Who is Michael Cera?
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know
Scott
how to
Pilgrim,
pronounce that.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a video game, wasn't it?
No, it was a
And,
comic book.
And
Okay.
a comic turned video game turned movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember the video game and people getting angry when it got removed from the store.
I still have it.
All three of those things are wonderful, by the way, though. It's like the Holy Trinity. It's a great comic, it's a great film, it's a great game.
Anyway, so yeah, those are my shout-outs.
Anybody else? Shout-outs? No?
Well, I gave shout-outs early, did I? On the other podcast I did. Shout out to Alfonso. Shout out to you guys and to Klauss for joining us. Shout out to Neil for joining us today. And the fans, listeners, and my fam.
Cool.
Oh, you consider me family?
You are my fam, Garri.
He hates you, so, yeah.
He hates me.
Dude, nobody hates like family. That is
true.
Absolutely true.
Oh, man.
Anyone else?
Right.
Klauss. Let Klauss go. There you go.
All right, if you guys don't mind my plugging, like I said, I work with Chille on a Phoenix Down Radio, which is a Final Fantasy podcast that we've been doing for 2.5 years now, amazingly.
Yeah.
We're focusing mainly on Final Fantasy 14, but we talk about all the news that comes out for the Final Fantasy games, and we have a really good time doing it. You can find us out at phoenixdownradio.com. Like I said, we are real big fans of PlayStation Universe, and I really enjoyed listening to PlayStation Unchained regularly. Thank you guys for putting out some excellent PlayStation content. Really do enjoy it. It was amazing meeting you, Garri, at FanFest in 2016.
Yes, we did meet.
It was a good time. And I hope I'm not the reason that you haven't been sleeping for the past years.
No, it's mostly the verbal abuse I get from these guys.
No, it's he saw my face, and once you see my face, you know what Cthulhu looks like, and then you can't sleep.
You see, it's the only reason we bumped him up to senior editor at PSU is so that we can just hassle him more.
Well, I suppose if he's not sleeping, he can get a lot of work done.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like, and for us, it's more opportunity to shout at him. So,
well, again, I was just going to say thank you very much for having me on here, and like I said, if it works out in the future, I'd love to join again.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Neil,
me? Oh God, I'm not used to doing this. I'm not the one telling people to talk. Yeah. Shout out to the world. You keep on not dying of nuclear war, and we'll be all right.
Oh my God!
It's like one of my enemies.
Sorry, I watched The Road earlier, so I'm in that kind of frame of mind.
Oh, have you read the book?
Oh, I've read the book. You know I've read the book.
That's a different conversation for a different podcast.
Yeah, I heard it on a horror podcast this week about that, and somehow that made me want to read the book and watch the film again. And yeah, I wish I hadn't, but in the nicest possible way.
Well, alrighty, it's been fun. Stay tuned for next week, where we will either rage or we will be happy. We'll find out.
I'll probably rage just for fun.
If I'm on here, it's rage.
And we might even find out which one is Garri's favourite Mass Effect.
I reckon it's Monster Musume Mass Effect.
I'll tell you what, they put those characters in Mass Effect Andromeda. Game is gold.
So until next week, this was the Anime Unnamed Podcast. Bye.
It sure was.